What is up, sports fans? It is Fry and Jake once again discussing our round 12 trades. First week of the buys are finally here. AFL Fantasy is a big thing in this household, and you've been on lockdown. You haven't told me anything about your trades this week.
Well, I tried. You
No,
were like,
all right, I don't want to know. Because the bye weeks, I honestly think, are the most important time.
Check that neck tan there.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't even want to look at my tan. You should see my farmer's tan, like, from about here up.
There you go. Oh, okay. It's washed out. Yeah.
It's bad. AFL Fantasy is a big thing in this household, and I know that you have a few players, but I think both of us managed to dodge a lot of the carnage that happened this round.
Just the one for me.
You had Cornelio?
Yeah.
So
You had Laird.
I did, yes. So neither of us had Dusty, neither of us had Fife.
Thank God. I nearly did.
Neither of us had... There was tons of people. There was a bunch of rookies defenders that got dropped last week, so I'm actually quietly confident that I'm going to score well in round 12. How's your team looking before trades?
Mine is looking good. Wasn't as set up as you were for the buyers, so I am having to move some of my next round's
13.
players.
Yeah, because you were a bit heavy on 13, right?
Unfortunately, in the last 2 weeks of trades before the buys, I was a bit lax.
Okay.
Who I was bringing in,
Yep.
and I ended up bringing like Brayshaw and like a few other Melbourne and Essendon guys,
Sure.
like Ridley. So that will leave me a bit short, unfortunately. So I've had to sort of scramble to fix that. But I think I'll avoid disaster.
Yeah.
There
are a lot of people who have heavy round 13 buy
Makes
teams.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Well, the Giants are on that round. There's a lot of popular Giants.
Lions.
Can't be
Mars,
bothered digging into
yeah.
it, but I think I'm actually pretty confident. Obviously, without
you did a good job of setting yourself up.
Yeah, this has been big for me. I've been putting a lot of time and effort into planning for the buys this year. If you haven't planned for the buys, it's okay. We get 3 trades each week, so if you were dealt a bit of a shit sandwich at team selection, then you can weed your way through it. There is a way to success, but God, there was some serious...
Yeah, the team selection thing would have thrown him. That's a huge...
I'm just trying to get because I know that I'm forgetting a handful. How's Jared Lyons and Michael Barlow still not... Apparently Barlow did hurt himself somehow, but
he's old.
They're still not on the team. Billings was dropped.
Billings was the other one. It's wild.
Mitch Robinson as well from the Lions.
Did he get dropped?
I think he's
suspension.
I think he's injured, but
I assume suspension.
No, he's injured. And then Tim Smith was another one, the Melbourne youngster.
Rest, right?
Omitted. Apparently,
really?
Apparently he tweaked his neck or something, but the team sheet said omitted. Anyway,
Sure.
Whatever. There's a lot of players who are currently resting up on the round 12 buy that I have my eye on. So my trades are a little bit boring this week because I'm trying to make a bit of money.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty popular move this week is to do at least...
all those elite midfielders are next week, pretty much. They all come off this
The
buy.
big ones, yeah. McRae, Mitchell, even Ed Kerno. It wouldn't surprise me if they were the top 3 scorers for fantasy this year.
Yeah, that's about right.
And then Elliot Yeo and Cade Simpson are 2 good defender options as well. Sicily, even he's probably going to be a top 6 forward or back. Yeah. I might even swoop on him in the next couple of weeks.
It's a good versatility. That's probably what's maybe going to bring me around on old Sicily because I'm not a huge fan, but I think... Yeah,
neither... Just because he seems to get suspended like once every 6 weeks and he has some weirds... And he's a bit of a temp... Like, doesn't have a good fuse. Like, you can get... They push him around to try and get him to snap and his temper gets in trouble, so...
That's it.
Yeah, Sick Dog could come into one of my...
Sick Dog.
That's his fantasy... Like Tom Mitchell called Titch, which you absolutely hate.
That is the worst. That's just lazy. It's just plain lazy.
Well, Zach Merritt's Zerrett as well, like... Tom Rockliff's Rocky. You know, Australians love to shorten everything. We're lazy as hell.
That's about the worst I've heard.
Yeah.
That's always worse. Just Titch, anyway, let's not get into it.
Yes. Titch and all his mates on the round 12 buy will be back next week, and I'll be looking to load up and get a few, especially in my defence. I'll be looking at getting a couple of big dogs in there. Luckily, I already own Tom Mitchell and Jack McRae and Toby McLean, who's another one who I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Port Adelaide and Gold Coast players are popular picks.
But there's just no one.
I'm not really... A lot of people are trading in Justin Westhoff this week.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan. The numbers speak for themselves. He looks pretty good, but I'm just not brave enough to do it. Yeah, I just don't have the balls to pull the trigger.
Neither do
Rocky, I think, will be fine, as we've spoken about. Apparently, Ken Hinkley this week said that Rocky's his job isn't as a tagger moving forward. Thank God.
Still waiting to make the move on Rocky. I'm just going to wait for the bottom.
Yeah.
This week, he's going to go down this week again, probably.
Well, he might not. His break-even's only like 90 odd.
Oh, okay. So
or from memory. Let me double check. Let me get the facts right. But
yeah, he's not worth a lot of money, so it wouldn't be that high.
Even if he does go bang, which is what you said last week, if he went bang against Hawthorn, he'll go up 30k and you'll be able to trade him in after
Absolute
that.
Max. Yeah.
So with that said, my trades at the moment, let me just double check to confirm. I put a poll up on Twitter earlier. I was trying to toss up whether I trade out Ridley for the Collingwood bloke Maya Check, who kicked 4 snags on debut, but he didn't look great. But make me a bit of money, or trade Sam Jacobs for Jared Witts. Because I've been looking at it, and if I don't get Brodie Grundy after his bye or Steph Martin in round 14 for Jacobs, then I can use that money to do a lot with my team.
Yeah.
So that last trade, honestly, is still a bit of a flip of the coin. That'll come right down to team selection. It sucks a bit that because of the Queen's birthday, we won't know the D's or Pies teams before lockout, which that if I knew them, then that might change things. I might look at getting Brayshaw out or doing something else like that. But Brayshaw in, sorry.
You're not?
No, I'm not. At the moment, I'm going Sam Murray down to Austin from the Saints because Nathan Brown's back and he kept his spot.
Okay.
Austin that I'm speaking of. B, it seems like even if he doesn't score 100, he's just going to at least generate me a shitload of money over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And nope, just those two.
Yep.
I was like, where am I going with that? So that's one of my moves, and that kind of screws me because now I've got a lot of round 14 dudes with a bye in my defence, but it's future for us.
Didn't you say St Kilda though?
Yeah, St Kilda's got 14.
Sorry, I was thinking 13.
But that's alright because I plan on getting rid of Duday and a few others and bringing in like Yowie or Simpson.
Yeah.
And then my other move is Spargo down to Ahern, and then at the moment it's Pierce to Miacek because he's got the 14 bye, so that helps me get another 13 player in. And the off chance that Ridley plays around 14 or 15 comes back in, that might happen. So,
well, hopefully Clark comes back in. That would add that would really bolster me.
Yeah, same.
That would be huge. And it's not impossible.
So with those trades, at the moment, Clark is the only one who's questionable, and Guelphy apparently, but Guelphy will play.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. He got dropped randomly a couple of weeks ago, so
well.
if the two of them don't play, I'll still have 20 on my field this week, which is
Good.
awesome because there's a lot of people who are like, shit, I don't even know if I'm going to have 18.
Yeah. Next week I was counting. I was like, oh well, I need to make some moves.
Yeah. And that gives me a lot, like nearly 500 grand for next week too.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful.
So pretty stoked with that. And yeah, the source for Witt's move could be a last second decision, but at the moment, those are my trades, and that's probably how I'm going to hold firm.
Okay.
How's yours looking?
So mine were interesting because of Canelio being out. I was like, what do I do with that? All the mids I want are next week.
Yeah.
Coming
just
off
quickly, before you talk your trades, a lot of people have asked questions about that, like dudes like Canelio and Laird and Dusty. Do we trade them out and then try to get them back in? And I think that for someone like Laird, you don't, or Canelio, because we could get dealt something very similar to this week next or in round 14 when you're planning on bringing them in.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be a bit of an issue. If you don't have 18 on your field, like for the bye rounds, then that might change things.
Yeah.
But because I've got that luxury of being like, all right, I'm going to have 20 odd this week, I'll probably have 19 or 20 next week, and the same, I'm just going to hold Laird, even if he doesn't play throughout the byes.
Sure.
And Canelio as well. Dusty's a little different because he's gone down so much, but I tend to hold on to those guys who I think are going to be really good in the back end of the year because sometimes you might not bring them back in. But that's just my 2 cents.
Makes sense. And I would have held Canelio if I could have. I just, for next week's buy, I needed to start making
it. Makes sense in your position.
And I'm actually pretty happy with what I've done with him. So I've got him to Blakely, saved 100k.
Okay.
So but what I'm going to do once I get Mitchell in next round, Mitchell or Kerno, or honestly at this rate, maybe both.
Okay.
Then I'll flick him into my back line. And then all of a sudden, funnily enough, my
Your
back
backline's
line,
looking amazing.
with Shaw and McDonald playing well, is Seedsman, Shaw, McDonald, Brayshaw, and Blakely, plus whoever I turn Duday into,
Right.
which hopefully, in a few weeks could be Yo or something.
That'd be nice.
Then all of a sudden, actually my forward line's good, my back line's good. But what it does is it makes my midfield a little bit more gappy. Luckily, I kept Kelly on my bench last week because he's just plugging straight in now, which is is an okay option there.
Yep.
Then with my other two, I went Ridley straight out. I went to Heron from the Gold Coast Suns. He was on debut, but I just needed to know that he's going to play next week for a downgrade. So, this week.
I had him on my radar. I can't remember if he made his debut against the Port in China against Port, or
it would have been about then. He's had 2 weeks. Sorry.
Yeah, I obviously decided not to bring him in.
Yeah, he's not on my radar. The only reason he's on there is because my check is a no, because he's next week's bye. The Roos boys know next week's bye.
And that's defence that you need.
Unfortunately, yeah.
There's a lot of people that are a bit screwed for downgrading in defence, because they're either in a position like mine where they're like, well, crap, I've got a lot of round 14 dudes and I don't want to bring anyone else in. Or they're like, crap, I've got a lot of round 13 dudes. And there's no real other targets that are super appealing. Like the Saints boys have already gone up a bit in price, so they're not super appealing. Anyway,
so it's not great, but what I've done is I've gone with that at the moment. It's still pending a little bit, and then I also went. Now, just let me remember who I traded out. Unfortunately, I went Spargo to Battle, who's just been named for this week for St Kilda up front. So at least I'll make some money there. And it leaves me with 457k.
Could you go Spargo down to a Hearn?
No, because that doesn't work for my
buys.
Yeah. So I was a bit hamstrung by that. So they're not the most exciting trades this week, but I was happy with what I managed to swing with Blakely, and I've got nearly 500k next week.
That Blakely's a good get. I flagged him in my Dream Team Talk article as one of the best defenders that has under 10% ownership for the second half of the year. I reckon he'll probably finish as a top 6 defender. Yeah. After his bye and in the latter half of the year, I'll probably snap him up.
And like I say, it fits my buy well, but also it fits my backline structure where, all of a sudden, it's not my glaring weakness.
Because you were not complaining, but your backline has always been a bit of a...
I wasn't complaining. I was just stating facts. It was stinky up there. So anyway, I'm glad that sort of fixes it in a funny kind of convoluted way.
But does help you out a bit.
Yeah, and it works for the buys. So I think that's the way I'm going to go down. But
honestly, I reckon when it gets to a scenario like this, I honestly reckon trading for the buys, so you have buy structure, makes a bit of sense. I'm a bit reluctant to bring in a dude like this Battle bloke or something like that. But sometimes that's what you got to do to survive for the 3 weeks.
I just got to get through. So I'm okay with it. And hopefully it works out. Hopefully they have rippers, if they're named, they're going to earn it.
Fingers crossed we're both sitting here this time next week. We both scored about somewhere around the 1900. That'd be pretty good for 18 on your field.
No idea. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
If you think about it, if you get 100 from each player normally, that'd be 2200. Yeah, you can't give me 23. So this week we get 19. We laugh. And that, and we've got a lot, both of us, we've got a lot of money to have a little bit of a play next week.
Yeah, and even the following week to get gone for me or something.
Yeah, I'm still so torn on this Sauce Jacobs move because I'm just like, I'm honestly going to have to wake up in the morning and just be like, the poll that I put up is 51 and 49%.
I've heard a thing. Oh, that is close.
If you are watching this, go find that poll. Search Alex Fry on Twitter. I think I throw about 9 underscores after my name, so you'll find me and have a vote because that vote.
Well, it'll be gone when this goes up, won't it?
No, this will go up.
Selection will be done, won't it?
No, this will go up about midday Australia time, and I'll wake up at 5 p.m. Australia time.
Laughing.
Big birthdays. We've been a bit lazy with some of our birthday shout-outs, especially on our AFL Fantasy vids, but we're making it a thing because today we have some absolute pearls. Liam Neeson's birthday.
Okay, pretty good one.
Emily Ratajkowski's birthday.
Sure, okay.
Well, Emily.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Allen Iverson's birthday.
That's a big one.
There's a couple of others. There's Fetty Wap and Nikki Azalea and a couple of the huge names. But I opened up the famousbirthdays.com and
Pretty impressive.
there was a couple of good ones. So
Good day.
happy birthday to that squad.
June 7th, good day.
Great day. Great day. Good luck in round 12. Good luck for the rest of the buys. Fingers crossed team selections this week aren't foreshadowing what the hell's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I got confidence. Quietly, calmly got confidence. Don't have confidence in the Cavs. Have confidence in my fantasy team.
Stay strong, buddy.
I'll try. Good luck. Until next time. Peace.